Sorry about that, guys. Missed the aircraft. No water on this side of the runway. But there's some over there, you know. Wind's coming in. X marks the spot just off the side of the runway. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go. Let me tell you why. Well, wind's coming, the sun's overhead now, sun's moved. Wind's really pushing, man. Really started moving, you know. Built all that pressure up there. Sun's bringing it up. Raised above the trees, now it's pushing, it wants to come back. So it's building a big tidal wave. Remember, the earth is moving this way, okay? And the wind's moving this way right now. Why? How's that possible? Well, you know. It's simply amazing. North America, South America. There's a lot more to Prime, man. A whole lot more. Truckloads more, you know? Now, if I could have turned this triangle, I'll show you how to dial that in a minute. Wind's blowing, man, but I got a dip off the side. I got an uplift off the front of the aircraft carrier. I got a bigger dip over here because the ship's rocking. How am I gonna land this plane, man? I gotta land this bird, man. We got a wave over there, you know. Now, dips real down, real low, close to the water, man. Close to water. I got all that water force coming off of the two, man. And I'm gonna dip back up. Oh, hold on, man. What are you doing? You got all this water force coming. And if that comes up, and you're flying there, man, you're gonna be in big trouble. I'll tell you why in a minute. I need to supersize my Egyptian tool, man. So I said, okay, man. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. We need some water right there. Okay. Well, my triangle's not facing the right way. Earlier, it was facing this way. It's coming over. It's coming over. Building up, man. Now, if that triangle wasn't there and I had all this stuff doing, and I had one right there just building up in the morning, but I had one I could turn and move, you know. Now I'm trying to make the back face this way, man, like a Star of David stuff, man. All right, now that wind that's coming down is blowing, hitting this, coming over, splitting it, dividing it, man. Dividing the waters like David, man, in the Bible, man, like divide the waters. We got little trees there, man. Divide the waters, man. Okay, we got the trees back there. It's building up a wave. Heat's over here, bringing it in. Hey, man, why is the wind blowing that way? I thought when the air rises because it's hot, it compresses. Must not, because the wind's blowing that way and the sun's that way, man. I says, okay, it must be building up stuff. It's collecting, it's building up, man, building up. I got my water right there, man. I need my water right there. So I got another triangle right here. Boom. Now I got a... Now it's coming out of the ground. Like a Star Wars, man. You hear the fire trucks back there? Like, man, we're bringing the water, man. Space mechanic style. Now it's coming over. Now we're dividing the waters. You see? Can you see? Let me get my head on my shoulders real quick. You see, I drew this here this morning, man. My eagle claw. Let me make sure I got my eagle claw, man. I don't want to look on evil, man. Why? Because all the water's behind me, man. I'm at the front of the line, at the front lines. I got to turn around. I got to look, and I got to say, hey, water, I need you over this way. How can I do that? I got my water there. Whooch, whooch, whooch. Now my wind's coming, man. It's hitting this, going to go up. But it's not going way up because it's not a four-sided tall pyramid, man. It's just folding over, man. Folding over. Now I'm dividing the waters, man. But they're going to come back together, man. It's not like they're leaving forever. I turn my triangle. We got a side here. Want to go up. And I'm dividing the waters, man. It's folding over. And some sucking into here, man. And it's going over. And it's going that way, right? And the sun coming up over. Falling down the back end. Now we got a twist, man, like a spiral. It's coming in. You're pointing that ray gun, man. Now I got this other feeding that. And I'm pointing the ray gun back. And now I'm sucking, man. I'm like, bring it back. I said, bring it back. I need the water here, man. Said, okay, what do you got? I says, man, now I got this laser ray, man. I got this laser ray. You see the fire truck, man? It's got the wind up there. It's coming down. I got this laser ray, man. I got beams coming up. I got a beam coming from the building over here. It's like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost and the Holy Fire, man. Whoo! And I go, man, I got this weather stuff going. I'm bringing it back, man. I'm like, I gotta push it, man. It's real hot over there. I need some cool air, man. I'm like, okay, hold on. Give me a second. So I go back over here, man. I look and I say, you're a big triangle, man. Now I got a wind coming this way. I got a wind coming from this way. Why? Because it's blowing from this way. I got a water source, man. I got a water source. And I'm trying to triangulate, man. I got 2 points on the map. 1, 2. And I got a hole over here I got to fill, man. But I want to fill it up and bring it back so I can bring it over and bounce it off these trees, man. So now I got a pressure system up here, man. I got the sun is directly overhead, man. And now I got a pressure system coming in, falling off the side of that building. Then, I got the heat of this field drawing off the building, man. That's not a tree, it's a building, man. So it's pulling the moisture away. But it's a shadow, man. So it's from the sides, man. Like a jet tunnel, man. I got a rays coming. I'm like, how am I gonna do this, man? Turn the pyramid, man. All right, man. Total recall time. All right, here we go, man. So I got the side wind coming. It's hitting the side of the triangle because now I've moved it, right? Hitting it coming up and it's splitting it. Some this way, or some this way. Or some this way, or some this way. So I'm trying to fill that space, right? How can I get that wind to go that way? Well, I got another triangle, man. Making a pressure system over here, man. Plus over here. Now it's coming over, man. Falling off the back. Like a crash, man. Hey, it's just a small hill there, so it's a nice even flow, man. Like when I put my boat on the beach, like that guy took a shovel out there and dug a boat 12 feet off the shore and drug it back to water by hand. How did he do that? A little bit of engineering, man. Okay, here we go. A lot of work, man. Whoosh. It split it, man. We split it, right? Why do we split it, man? Because, man, it coming off the forest earlier, man. It's rising up in the air. It's splitting. It got to fill it with something. So it split the air in two, man. But I got liquid there, man, to catch it and cover it up and bring it in, man. And it's coming down the backside, man. It's like, that's first base, man. In the second place, where are we supposed to be? I'm trying to get it over there so I can land on an aircraft carrier, man. I says, okay, we need the water right there. And now, boom, it's crashing. Boom, it's crashing. And it's building up, man. Building up some pressure. I'm like, now I got this going in, man. I got a triangle, man. I turn it a little bit. It's hitting it, right? But when I go up, it's splitting in half. Splitting in half. This way is different, though, man. Why? Why? Because it's going up into a compressed space. It's got moisture, humidity there. It's got a flow going, a slight flow underneath. They kind of lift it a little bit. Just a little bit. Just lift it up like a hydraulic jack. You got to fix a car, put a new tire on it. Okay, let's get a hydraulic in there. A little bit goes a long way. We're lifting it up, we're aiming. Now it's starting to build up and get heavy and it's dropping down. Plus now I got an incline, man. I'm building up more pressure so I can lift that thing up, man. Now I got the sun over there like a hurricane, man. It's like, man, I'm like a black hole. I need some moisture. He says, okay, we'll get a little wavelength in it, man. I says, okay, how are we going to do that, man? Well, it's coming down. It's coming from the field, man. So it's like it's unstable and it's going to collapse. This is okay, what we're going to do. We got some hot air coming off that roof, man, and we got some stuff going over there, and it's pushing down and flying across. We got an incline up there, man. It's the front of the aircraft carrier. It's collapsing, hitting the field. And then we got a wavelength, man. Now don't forget, that's a wavelength, okay? We got a wavelength. All right, now we got a different kind of wavelength. This thing's got peaks, man. It's like electricity, man, like a radiation. Except now it's straight above, man. So we've lifted that radiation from sideways to angular, you know? Now we're making it work easy. Man, it was like across the field. Now we're gonna lift it, right? And now we got this hydraulic jack, man, that's going up. And tell you what, I'll come over here and I said, man, if I don't have that triangle turned right, now what's gonna happen? I got all that pressure, man. Woo, woo. And I'm trying to come in and land, and I got a sideways tractor beam, man. This tractor beam going up, and I can't figure out why I got a sideways wind and one coming in like a swirl, man. And I'm flying, man. I'm coming in. Crash, right? So I turn the triangle, I dial it in, and I said, okay, now what we got? I says, man, I'm coming in an angle, right? I'm coming in an angle. I'm aiming over there. Why? Because I got my figure 8 over there. Why? Because I can figure it out. I got nuclear stuff coming across this field. I got nuclear stuff coming up here. It's like a checkerboard, man. Like a mosquito trying to get in there, man. And I got an electric fence. I can't even see. What am I going to do? Oh, man, a little engineering. Thank God for the Army Corps of Engineers in the United States Navy. Hey, you got one of those crazy space marines, man? I don't know, man. I think he's ready today. Well, okay. This is all right. We'll go over here. We say I got a little water coming up. You see my tool now? Woo, woo. We're walking around the outside of the field. We're going to get to a point. Oh, Jesus already did it, man. Look at that. Woo, look at that heart of the water coming up. Oh, man, hold on a minute. You go over here and we say, man, so now we got a wavelength and an aircraft carrier's tilt, and just picking and throwing, the whole side of the aircraft carrier, man, like a wall of water. Build a wall, man, what Trump said. Build a wall, man. Now we got a wall of water that's collapsing over where the sun rays going, damn, and like, man, the heat's coming off the deck, man. It's like, woo, oh, man, you guys going into the danger zone or what? And then we got firemen, man. They're standing there to wait in case the plane crashes. They're like, man, run out on that deck, man. I don't know where that plane's going to crash. It might fall on top of me. Please don't make me go on that deck. He goes, oh, man, tighten up, man. Put your hat on. Get your boots on and get out on the field, man. So you run out of the deck, and he's like, we got to make sure stay out of the way of the cable, man. It's like, we're going to slingshot this stuff, man. Now the Blackbird come down. He's like, man, this is a pretty interesting conversation. I got to get on this, man. So now the Blackbird come down. He's on the corner. He's like, man, remember that crow's nest on that Navy ship with them sailboats? Look at me, man. Remember the crow's nest? Check me out, man. Look, I'm right here. I'm on the corner, man. Okay, don't crash on the corner. That's a bad place. You need to go a little more that way. I'm like, okay, thank you, Blackbird. And I go, man, so I go out here. Woo, look at these flying, man. It's like, thank God that guy didn't crash. Right? So now we got the wind and water. It's falling over. It's giving a nice cushion. And we're, we don't want it to slide off like a glacier, man. A glacier accident, man. Hey, it's like black ice. You can't even see it, man. Woo, it's gone, man. So we need a science. Push it back, lay it over. Boom. Like a layover, man. We're like, oh, what are you talking about? Thundercats, man. Woo, here come a white bird. It's got silver wings, though, man. Oh, my God, it's Batman in the daytime. Hold on a minute, man. I got to go over here and see what's going on. So now we're building up pressure over there. We got another triangle here. Another triangle. We dial that one in. Now it's collapsing, pushing up. We're trying to get a resistance, wave going this way, and maybe it'll collapse this way, When it collapses in on each other, it do a spin. Now we get a spin, put a little spin on it, and now we're like, we're gonna wind it up. And we're going through. Now the wind's blowing straight this way. Why? Because we got a heat ray up there, man, lifting up. And like, man, it's spreading the particles apart. I thought it was supposed to compress. No, man, when the wind blows, you get wind resistance. It's 80 degrees, man, but it feels like 70 because the wind's blowing. It spread the heat particles apart, and it got a vacuum to keep the heat in. So that is heat. Oh, man. The heat of the night? Yeah, the heat of the stuff that we can't see, it's just stored there. Okay, like stored energy. Oh, man, and when that burst, it collapsed and bring in the moisture. It says, oh, man, that's nuclear science. I says, yeah, man. So now we're like, we come into the angle. And we got the stuff collapsing over there. Now it's pulling over, right? That's like an aircraft carrier, man. And you got a kickback, You see those things that put the aircraft carrier like a little sailor ship inside of the oil and water thing, and it chips like this, and people just stare at it, It's like, hey, in a minute, stare at goats, the greatest of all time, The greatest scientists, man, The waters. Hey, firemen, they study that stuff. The waters, the waters, okay? Now check this out. We say, hey, so go over here and collapse. It go down the hill, make a wave and kick back. Now we're trying to get some of that heat. We get the heat underneath it. Now we're lifting that up. Okay, we're lifting that up. We're lifting that up. Now we're making like a corner, man, like an arrow in a direction, man. But it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. It says, wait, hold on. Now we got a resistance. Oh, so it's slowing the flow of wind down. And now the wind is compressing. Now it's picking up, it's picking up, it's picking up. But the heat is straight overhead, so it's coming through. It's keeping it spread apart. So to make the wind pick up even faster, man. It's like, whoo. What are we doing, man? Is to tell you what, it's gonna blow this way, and now it's bouncing off the tree, and it's coming back this way, right? But that's the radioactive waves you can't see, man. The wind's compressing when it's coming back this way, and now it's building up here, and we're coming in for the airport. We say, man, I tell you what, we got a wind coming straight in, but we got a crosswind. A crosswind, didn't you read your Bible and learn about Jesus? We got a crosswind of some water with some wisdom, and we got a hot wind, and then we got a collapsing wind. You know, like the Father, the water coming from the water, and the sun, the heat coming from the radiated waves, and the Holy Ghost, man, like a Mother Earth trying to say, can you please fix this stuff? Woo. Oh no, man, hold on, let me see what I could do. I come back here. And I look over here, and I say wavelength. Wavelength. I come in, and I say, hey, I'm going to land right here. And I say, I got the collapse, and it's a little angled, and there's a drop there. So, if it go in there and I get collapsed behind that ridge line, I'm going to be in big trouble, man. Just... so what I got to do is when it collapses, I got to come in at an angle here. So when the wind come this way and the wind come this way, and I got the fire and the water, man, all joining together, I'm like, man, what I got to do is I got to fly into it. If I fly this way and try to swing in, I hit a wall and bad idea. So I got to come in at an angle, man, and I flip this up, right? You see how I did this? They're looking at those Egyptian hieroglyphics, man. And one-track mind in a 3D world. I'm like, man, fifth dimensional, man. And if you can't understand that, let's go eighth dimensional. Now I got the rays coming this way, and it's pulling. I'm like, I got to pick up this wall, man. Now I got a wavelength. And I'm going to ride in on it, man. Like, now you got the middle class, man. Right down the middle of the wavelengths, man. I got an underclassman, I got an upperclassman. 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 And then we all swing in together, and we go, man, the underclassman, the upperclassman, the middleclassman. We're all together now. Okay, cool, here we go. I get a little resistance. Oh, man. Whoa. Whoa, and I feel the wind blowing this way now. You see what I mean? It was blowing this, now it's blowing this way. So I got a crosswind, you see? The Father, the Son, Holy Ghost kind of thing. I got to land in here, man. And I said, man, this is where I put it. Right in the box, man. Right in the box, okay? And then I got, triangulation, okay? Now I got to land, man. And what I got to do is, I got to take this box. Say today we're thinking outside of the box, and I got a whole planet that we're triangulating, and you see it 3 skips. I said, well, there's the past, the present, and the future, and we all think we're gonna fall off the ledge, man. But we got all this stuff ramping up because we're like, and then we start flying like angels, man. And I go, whoa, never thought of it like that. Well, the other guy did the math. There's a little skewed, man. Now you see the big N and M, they don't know which way to go. So we got a direction here, and a little direction there, and it kind of skewed, man. So I walk over here, and I'm like, man, if I turn around and look at that direction now, I get a W, a big W, like, man, can you meet me just halfway across the sky? Please, man. And I'm like, okay, I tell you what. I said, there's the neutrons, we were kind of wrong. It didn't understand what they were doing, so we draw a line through it, right? Why we draw a line through it? Because you got 2 landing gears right there, man, right? And if you get one post here and one post here, and you do a ramp, you know, you take some of the work off. You know, it's easier to get up to there where we need it and then throw it over. And he said, man, like that? I said, yeah, man. And you do a little thing here, 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 right? And you're like, man, you mean I can crisscross that with both walls? Yeah, man, that's a propeller on an airplane. And now you got 2 landing gears, and it's for the wings that fold up, you know, the wings that fold up, you know, like a Star Trek, you know, space fighter, man, you know. And you go over here, man, and you look at what I said, man. Now, if you look across, I don't know if you guys can see it, the vision, man, but, you know, you got your triangle. You see it's flat right here? You see it's flat? See the flat? You know, straight this way. And you go all the way across the field, and you'll notice I got a flat side right there on that triangle, right? And on the other one, you see the water bottle? Can you see the water bottle, man? All right, just look at the water bottle, man. Look, the fire truck, like, I needed water, man, okay? There's a fire truck, man. Here's like, fire truck showed up, we got water, you know? You see what I mean? Now I go over here, and it says it doesn't matter, man. If you're up on the mountain, you know, we got a circle there, and it ought to come to a point, you see? And then you got a circle here. It's like the infinity stuff, man. I'm like, man, you see that fire truck just saved somebody today, man. Just like that. And like, I'm in a figure 8. I says, man, I figure it out. I said, yeah, man, look, if you come across here like this, and you draw a straight line, okay? Just like that, okay? You see? Now, it was a little wobbly. You know, that's the Earth and its rotation because you need to fix the planet. But if you straighten it out, you know. You see? Now, what do you got? Well, it's really heavy right here. You know, because of the heat, man. But we got an Antarctica because you build up the pressure there. A lot of cool right there, like a cooling effect, you know? Cooling effect. You know why? Because it doesn't push all the moisture way up in the air. The little bit of moisture you had, man, with the heat and that 4-sided pyramid, whoosh, way up in the air, man, you don't save anything, man. It's all gone. It's like whisking all your wisdom and water away. So I say, well, you know, if we get them to stand inside of this little triangulation pod, you know, maybe. I don't know, I need a lightweight aircraft research program, you know? So I go here, and I step up, and I say, yeah, here's a figure 8, man. I don't know if FAA could figure it out, you know? Can we get some approval or what, man? So I'm walking around here like bloopers, man, like, hey, you guys see Top Gun 2 yet? We had to delay that stuff coming out, man, because, you know, we go see Top Gun 2, man. Tom Cruise said, hey, I really want people to experience this, you know, what it is to land an aircraft on an aircraft carrier, man. So he's like, man, and some of the physics is off, you know. I don't know how some of those people land that stuff, man. Well, on this side of the ship, man, there's a little more pressure because, and plus the other ships around the aircraft carrier protecting the aircraft carrier, you know, they had like radiation, ocean rays and radiation. You got an aircraft carrier, man. They're like, man, you guys play football? You ever played football with $1 billion jet, man? You know, I don't know how many millions those jets cost, man, but there's a lot of engineering, you know. Could have built them better, but those pilots, man, they're like, man, it was skill, you know, experience, education, and a lot of good luck, man. You know? So they're like, man, can you please have those guys read their Bibles? Because I tell you what, man, you know, that little water bottle is trying to land somewhere. And if we could make a bigger water bottle with a smaller craft, you know, like, you know, with less fuel, you know, with a star-based aircraft carrier, you know, it'd be a lot better for a lot of people, you know. I tell you. You know, when Americans in the world get together, man, we do some pretty crazy cool stuff, huh? So maybe we could get that going, man. Hey, remember. Top Gun flight school, man. You know, those Tomcat crazy cruise people, man. There's some of them older people, man. You see the stuff they had to go through, man? Look, they had to take stuff out of the dirt and make stuff, you know? Out of the dirt, man. Look at a biker, man. He's like, I'm riding my bike to figure out how to make, you know, better tires for airplanes landing because they're so heavy and some of the heat in the desert, man. Man, I hope it doesn't lose a landing gear and we lose all those supplies, man. That's like we take all these supplies, we put it in a space shuttle, we put it in a rocket ship, you know, and we shoot it up to the space station. God, those guys, man, they gotta have that food for the next year, or the next 6 months, or the next 3 months that they're gonna eat. And if we don't get it up there to them, they're gonna starve. So now we say, can we do that? Can we do that now for the desert? Look, we got a universal parcel service, man, trying to get this message out. Can we do that in the desert, you know? Anybody think about that in the desert? Can we get some food in the desert, you know? And especially the birds, man, they need more trees and more food, man. We just need a little bit of water, man. I mean, just educate. Jesus, just educate. See, universal sources, save universal sources, space, universal sources. See the humidity? You see the humidity? See the dirt, the heat? See the humidity in the daytime? You see how it looks speckled? It's speckled. See it like a salt shaker, speckled? Just little specks. Now, if you got a big pyramid, taking that and throwing it up in the air, where you don't have a whole lot of water surrounding you, that's why Jesus said, you're the salt of the earth, because you need a little more engineering. We're only trying to help.